Hi, my name is Colleen McCarthy. I'm the head bartender at Martini Italian Bistro. This is my favorite competition, so I'm really excited to be here today and share my cocktail with you. My cocktail is called Zing A Ling, and you'll understand why I called it that once I show you the ingredients and we create this cocktail. So we are going to build our cocktail in a dry glass shaker tin. So you can see how I'm building the cocktail, and we're going to do it dry so we don't over dilute the cocktail in ice and why the water melts and the ice melts and so on and so forth. So after we build our cocktail, we're going to shake it and then we're going to strain it out over ice and then we can enjoy it. Okay? So we're going to start with our main ingredient, which is our Four Roses small batch bourbon. This bourbon is lovely to work with because it has a really nice caramel, little vanilla notes, some nuttiness to it. So when you're working with like fruits and spices and things like that, it pairs really well with these kinds of ingredients. So we're going to do 2 full ounces of Four Roses small batch bourbon. If you go over by a tad, it's okay, because the bourbon is the star of the show. And then I made a Lingonberry Shrub, hence the name Zing A Ling, so lingonberry, okay? So a shrub is going to be fruit, sugar, and then vinegar. So you can do it by the book, which is 2 parts and then like a teaspoon of vinegar or whatever, or you can do it half, or you can just do it by taste. And so what I did it by taste. So I did 2 cups of fresh lingonberries, 1 cup of simple syrup, which is the sugar element, and then I did whisked in the balsamic vinegar to taste. Okay, so you still want that bright sharpness from the vinegar, but you do not want it to overpower the taste of the fruit. So this is my final product. This is the Lingonberry Shrub, and we're going to do, it's a little thick, so I'm going to take the top off of that. So we're going to do a full ounce of this. Get it in there. There it goes. Maybe I need to shake that a little bit just in case, so I'm going to do that. All the shaking going on here. Okay, so I'm going to toss that just to make sure I get the flavor that I want out of that. There it goes, yeah. So it's pouring a little bit better. That just means it's blended properly. Okay, so we have a full ounce of our Lingonberry Shrub. I wanted to add a little citrus to it to kind of cut the sweet and cut the thickness of the shrub itself. And so I chose ruby red grapefruit because any type of citrus is going to kind of cut a little bit of the sweet and really brighten and express the cocktail itself. So I'm going to do a ½ ounce of fresh squeezed ruby red grapefruit. So I squeezed this myself because fresh is always better. So we're going to do 2 fresh slices of ginger. Okay, we're going to drop those in there. And I'm just using this to slice it right now because I forgot my knife, but it's okay. You use what you got, you know. And so we've got 2 fresh slices of ginger in there. Okay, those are pretty big. Ginger is really pungent. This is going to add this really sharp, crisp finish to this cocktail, and it's also going to cut the sweet a little bit, and it's going to blend well with the grapefruit. Okay? And so then I'm going to do a Rhubarb Bitters. Bitters is always really nice to kind of open up a cocktail and really have all of the flavors come together at the finish. Also, it's really good as an aromatic. So when you're doing a cocktail, a couple of dashes of bitters on top will really help the person who's holding the cocktail up to their nose to have that first aromatic experience when you're tasting the cocktail. Okay, so we're going to do 2 nice dashes of Rhubarb Bitters. And then we're going to go to our mint. And this mint looks really nice and fresh and big. So we're going to just do, 2 to 3 nice big sprigs in there. This mint is big. So I'm not going to rip the mint. You don't need to. When you're going to put the ice into this cocktail and shake it, you're going to express the mint while shaking. Okay? So you're not going to need to muddle it. You're not going to need to do any of that. Okay? So I'm going to put some ice in my tin here. I'm going to put some ice into my glass. so we're ready to roll after I shake my ingredients in my Four Roses glass. All right, so pat that down a little bit and give it a nice shake. And you'll see how nice the color is of this cocktail too. So the reason I called it the Zing A Ling is because you get the zing from the ginger, and then the lingonberries and the grapefruit. Once they emulsify together, they're going to have this zing and maybe a little ling on the finish. You know what I'm saying? So it's also going to come out with this beautiful, gorgeous rose color on it. It smells delicious. You're going to double strain it because you don't want to eat your cocktail, you want to drink it, okay? So nobody wants to be chewing on bits of mint and ginger and things like that, okay? Isn't that gorgeous color? Tap it so you get all that bits in there, so you're not chewing on your cocktail. And then I actually took some sugar and some fresh ginger and some pink peppercorn, and I put it all together into a sugar and covered it and kind of shook that around and let it sit for 24 hours. And then I took some lingonberries and I rolled that in the sugar that I made. And then I took a grapefruit twist and I wrapped that in kind of a rose, and then I put the lingonberries in the middle. So, and this is what I got. So we're going to stick that in the cocktail. It's kind of like a lingonberry rose, grapefruit rose there. And then we're going to put our nice sprig of mint behind it, like that. And then we're going to put a little straw in there. And there's your Zing A Ling.